So welcome back to another video, Legends, and we are going to check out an incredible build ×3 by Slot Mods. If you're asking yourself, who are Slot Mods? If you're not in the slot car world, let me tell you, they are the #1 slot car track builder in the world. They're based in Detroit in America, and they have teamed up with Hot Wheels to build 3 incredible tracks that are going to Abu Dhabi. But let's kick off with some photos. Now, I've got no footage here, unfortunately. I will try and get some of this track in action, but I do have a lot of photos to share with you. We'll kick off with the team. Here is the mighty team from Slot Mods standing in front of the Hot Wheels sign. We all know Hot Wheels, we grew up with it. What an absolute pleasure it would have been by Slot Mods to team up with these legends. And you can see in the background the orange track. And now let me tell you, we're used to seeing the plastic track. This is wooden, so wood routed slot car track painted in the iconic orange. I can't wait to dive headfirst into it. So there is the team. There is the 2 tracks. You'll see the third one in a tick. There's another shot of it. But here we go. We've got separate bays, as you can see. This is a 4-lane track. And again, this is wood, not plastic. And you can see some of the designs here. This one here has got a beautiful looking bridge. They've got a crocodile. And also it looks like some kind of is it Hawaiian style or something in the back corner, plus a shark coming out. You're probably thinking it's very funky design. They have really lent on the Hot Wheels design theory here of their play sets. So you might recognize some of these features in some of the plastic play sets you can get from Hot Wheels. I think knowing what Slot Mods is like, they would have loved the brief on this, on how to build it, what they can do, the freedom. And you can see here with track number, we'll call this number 2, is a King Kong theme. Again, we have got 4 controllers here, so it's 4 lanes. Nice flowing track. This is all wooden, but let's zoom in and have a look at King Kong himself. And this will be massive. And I know in the background you can probably see this snake, which we'll talk about that in a tick. But there is King Kong climbing up this skyscraper. We've got this massive crane, got a hamburger lot down here, the Hot Wheels sign down the bottom. I like this little bit of track that goes around that centerpiece. And it looks like it's going over some, and I think we'll get some close-ups soon. It's like some dripping, whether they drip or not, I'm not too sure, but it's some really funky colors hanging from the top. Here we go, the team probably doing some test runs. Man, I wish I was there. Let's keep looking at the photos. Here is the track number 1 that we looked at just before. This has got the bridge, again, the crocodile, the alligator. And I like how the boys standing here to show you how big this track actually is. Remember, there's 3 of these. But again, we've got the 132 slot cars tackling the track itself. The amount of hours and work that went into this, and I think this was a 2023 project that was going to be finished in 2024, because I remember seeing some early sketches and pictures of this last year, and it's turned out really good. Here is the last track. We'll call this track number 3. Oh my God, this one is epic. We've got a massive scorpion down here in the right-hand corner, lots of cactuses lined around. We've got a massive snake. Now, not only do they build some beautiful tracks, the art around it, or the statues we should call it, these are monsters. Look at the size of the men. They're full-grown men, and this snake is huge. Some of the parts I like about this track is some of the off-camber. We've got a really nice, I would call that like a turntable in the center that wraps underneath itself, and of course, in that iconic orange. Here's another shot. We'll try and get some better photos here. This is a nice close-up of the orange. I'm glad they took this one, just to show you that this is a wooden track. It's a wood-routed track with some braid, some metal that the cars, the braids will drag across. And you've even got the detail. I'm a Hot Wheels fan. We've got the orange, but not only that, you'll recognize the numbers. Yes, okay, it's just numbers, but this is how Hot Wheels does it. It's got the solid number inside a circle. They've done a really good job. So there is the track, there is the color, and here are some close-ups of the statues. Massive, I'm gonna say it's probably an alligator, being American. Is it an alligator? Is it a crocodile? You let me know in the comments. But it's actually reaching over the track. Now, you might be able to just see there is a little bit of perspex or clear around the outside of the track, a crash barrier. So yeah, you can still see the statues, but you don't want to damage your cars. Got a nice palm tree, and I like the simplicity of the cutouts in the background. It draws your focus to all the statues and the track itself. Really cool looking thing. Here is the bridge, 4 lanes wide. It is massive. It is really massive. I like how it's lit up, the lights in the background on those cutout buildings. We've got even the supports underneath the track itself in blue. the detail on this thing is incredible. I'm gonna go out on a limb. They've built some really incredible tracks, and whilst I'm talking, please go over to the Slot Mods website and check out some of their previous builds. Got very famous builds, and they've got some very famous builds coming up. This is by far one of my favorites they've ever done. We've got 3 tracks here spanning around this massive display center, which will be delivered, and let me tell you, it is going to the Mattel's Mission Play at the, what is that? The Galleria Mall in Abu Dhabi. The Galleria Mall in Abu Dhabi, I believe it is. So this one's been shipped from America to Abu Dhabi. Here we go, we've got the shark. You actually get to drive underneath the shark teeth, or this way, sorry. The massive, is it a tiki tower or a tiki face? I'm not too sure. Volcano with the Hot Wheels spewing out the top. Then you got the lighthouse. See if I can zoom in and get some more detail on that one. And they're not skimping on any of the detail here at all. Even the water washing up onto the beach. Oh, they've done a pretty epic job. And I didn't even see him. We've got a surfer on top of the shark's head. It's almost very Australian now. There's a bit of an Australian theme happening here, but that's a really cool looking corner. And again, these cars are 132 in scale, so it just gives you the enormous size of this track, and it's a four lane track, so you can imagine the width on this, and that's ×3, I believe, so they're all 4-lane tracks. Here we go through the actual cave, or the volcano itself, which is lit up. You can see here with some LEDs, and you've even got a car that's been crushed in the teeth, and there you go again, you can see a little bit of the perspex running around the side, and it's nicely edged so you can actually see as the car's coming down. Some more of the palm tree action, and then you've got some, again, some, I don't know if that's glass or perspex around the outside, so people can't touch, of course, and you don't want to touch the track. It's a piece of art. You want to play on it, but you don't really want to touch it. And here's a nice epic shot of how mega this build is. You've got a track on one side, you've got a track on the other side, and you've got the third track that's on, I guess you can say, the back side or the front side of it, which these ones look to be the biggest track. I think the Snake track looks to be the biggest, but here is a good shot of, we'll call this the volcano track. Again, a good looking idea of the rocks that's in this massive wave, and now you get a good look at the surfer traveling up the head of the shark. He's obviously popped out while he's riding the wave. I think it looks awesome. We've got some cars here on track as well. I think they're in motion. Looks like are they moving? I'm not too sure. No one's picking up a controller. No, they're not. They're static, but you can actually see the size of the cars. And I love the detail on the controller holders too. This is going to get a lot of play. If it's at a center where you can visit, which I believe it will be, this is going to get a lot of play, and that is really good for the slot car world. And I say hats off to Hot Wheels and Slot Mods for doing this one. Here is another shot of the, let's call this the Viper track. I love that Scorpion. Again, the track looks incredible, but the detail around the outside is epic. And that's probably my favorite track out of the 3. It is huge. Some of the off camber, this nice little ramp in the center. That'd be a fun track to drive. Nice close up of the detail in the Viper's head, or the snake's head. Look at the size of those fangs. They've epic job. And it looks like they've used bones, okay, that's cool. Bones as barriers around that corner there, and then of course back down to the perspex. They've done an epic job. You got to keep hearing the word epic, epic, epic. And I'm actually picking out more stuff as we go. In the background here, you got the Hot Wheels on the balancing rock. It looks like we're in the Grand Canyon here, but it's a rattlesnake. Hold on, tick, we figured it out. It's a rattlesnake. They've even got a moose's head, I believe it is, up the top there, but you've even got the rattle on the rattlesnake. So it's not a Viper, it's a rattlesnake. But it looks epic. It looks epic. What cars do we have? Looks like we've got ourselves an Australian car on there. Well, there you go. We've got ourselves, looks like it's a Holden Tirana taking the lead. A bit of Australian muscle car action in that one. Here's a close-up of the Scorpion. You can see it's not just a solid color. We've got some highlighting going on, some pink or red around where I guess the muscle sections, or the fleshy sections may be, where the joins of all this hardened Scorpion shell would be. Boys, you've knocked it out of the park. There's another shot again of the Viper. Now here we are looking at the controllers. I'm not too sure what controllers are running. I'm not going to mention any brands because I don't know if they've collaborated with any, but those controller ports look cool. I like how it's holding the controller in the spot. The Hot Wheels blue, again, we've got the track in the background. Yes, that is a Holden Tirana taking the lead. Thank you for putting an Australian muscle car in that one. And here's another shot of the cars heading uphill, and you can actually see here, how big this track is and how the camber of the track does change. It goes uphill around. That's quite a fast, fun, steep hill to climb. I would love to drive one of these tracks, especially the Rattlesnake. We're going to call it the Rattlesnake now. And here's the back end. So, oh, I didn't say that before. We've got a skull here too of I guess another snake. That one's unfortunately seen better days. And you've got the fangs almost touching, or is it? I don't know if that is a snake, because you can see the bottom teeth here. I don't know what that is, what animal that would be. But that's really cool. I love that. We've got a skull that's wrapping around the track. Again, if you play with Hot Wheels, you know with a lot of the features of Hot Wheels, you sometimes drive, you know, past King Kong, you drive through a mountain. They've really taken that brief, the design brief on, and I think they've done a good job. We've even got, here we go, a good little shot of this scorpion. The eyes are lighting up, some really cool details there. This would look good at night time, so you've got some blue eyes for the scorpion. And here is the King Kong track, which is probably, I guess it is the smallest track out of the three. I like what they've done here, and I didn't see this before. They've added in some of the Hot Wheels play sets. So here we got the tower. Of course, there's an elevator that you wind up in the center, and then the cars, and these aren't slot cars. The 164 die cast will then go all the way down. Actually, I think my son has that stucker. Really cool move there. They're adding in some of the Hot Wheels flavors into it. And actually you see here how big sweeping that last corner is, and they're coming downhill there. So although this may be a smaller track, it will be a very quick track. And I absolutely love how you've got this little climb through the center, underneath those dripping, which we'll get a close up in a tick, and then around this massive sweeping corner. That'd be a very fast track, very fast track. So we've got some more detail here on the, we'll call it the King Kong track. You can see some of the houses with the donut, got the pizza, the taco, the hot dog. Now I'm gonna go on a limb here. I can't remember, but I know Hot Wheels do make the little house play sets you can buy individually. They're like 20 bucks. I'm sure I did see, maybe there is a taco one or a donut one. Is that the flavor they're going with? Are they trying to represent the toys here? I'm guessing they are, but let me know in the comments if I got that wrong. But now you can see how high you are climbing, because we've got a couple of cars on track. Look like there are some Porsches going around the track. So there you go. Great shot of that. Here we go. We've got King Kong. He's massive. Hanging off the building, reaching over the top of the track. So you're driving underneath King Kong. But even that crane is absolutely huge. That crane is massive. We've got an ice cream there on a stand. Boys, you've outdone yourselves. ×3. The beautiful Hot Wheels sign. Again, I'm a huge Hot Wheels fan. I love seeing this collaboration. Does this mean Hot Wheels will be making slot car sets in the future? I don't think so. I've always wished they would. But if you're not going to make it, the best next person to choose will be Slot Mods. And here's a nice epic shot without any, I guess, interruptions of the King Kong track. And you can see it's situated on the end of this gigantic display. Again, 4 lanes. It's a smaller track, but that'd be a very, very quick track. Let's keep going through the photos. Another nice shot of King Kong. There's see, I'm glad there's lots of photos, because now we're seeing more stuff. We've got a helicopter that is now hanging there. I did not see that before. So we've got a helicopter. We've also got some of those, almost like the Batman lights going into the air on the buildings themselves. And he's literally hanging, yeah, he is. He's hanging on the building. That's really cool. That is epic. That's an epic. I love to see some of the behind the scene builds on this, and I'll reach out to Slot Mods to see if they can share any of those photos. And here's another angle of this epic King Kong track. Let's keep moving on. Now there are some, and I'm not going to tell you what cars these are. If you are watching this, if you are a Hot Wheels fan, name these cars for me. I'm a massive Hot Wheels fan. They have gone out and made some 132 custom Hot Wheels slot cars as well. Do we need to see this in the slot car world? Please, Hot Wheels, give somebody the rights to make these cars. I love the Hot Wheels fantasy cars. Yes, I'm into licensing, but I'll let you guess what car this is and let me know. So there you go. They've even made some cars for the, look at this. The paddy wagon. Again, custom slot cars with a custom slot car track for Hot Wheels. They've got to be happy with this. Oh, that is incredible. Look at the fat rim on the back. We've got a nice, I'm guessing it's going to be a V8. Yes, it is. We've got the 4 exhausts on each side. Big V8 donker in the paddy wagon. Boys, you've outdone yourselves. Here's a classic. Again, I'm not going to name the car. If you know what this is in the Hot Wheels world, let me know. But the detail on these, one-off builds, you can tell these are custom cars, are incredible. Do we need to see these in the slot car world? Yes, please. Please release, even if it's a limited run of some Hot Wheels fantasy cars. I would buy that in a heartbeat. Wow, well done, boys. That's a good one. And I think there's a shot of it going uphill, just to show you the scale, and the helmet on that it's next level. Really cool shot. And there we have got all 4 cars, which we'll get a close-up of. I'm not going to mention that one either. You let me know in the comments. But there's the 4 cars that they've designed, scratch-built for Hot Wheels to represent their brand. You got the Rattlesnake little guy. Wow. They've done a good job. Even the paint job on the car itself. Look at the detail work. Slot mods. You need to release your own slot cars. You need to do a limited run of your own scratch-built slot cars, because you guys make some art, even down to the polished dish rim, or what do they call it? The satellite? I can't remember what they call that. But let me know, what car is that? Of course, representing Hot Wheels here. Here's another shot of an epic shot of I was going to say Viper again, the Rattlesnake, which around that hairpin, it's right over the top. That is a big model. That is a big model. I'm guessing it's going to be, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's polystyrene. If you are watching Hot Mods, let us know. And please, if you want to share some photos of the behind the scenes, I would love to share this. It looks like it's going to be a really big polystyrene model. What have we got next? And here's an epic shot of the volcano track. It's massive. It is massive. We've seen that shot already, but let's just enjoy that. Inside, which track is this? So let me go back quickly. Are we inside the volcano? Yes, we are. We're inside the volcano. We've got the car that's being crushed. You can see it's been lit up with some red LEDs. And again, the quality inside of the teeth itself, you can see they've painted that to make it look like old bone. Even on top of these little teeth that are holding the car, no skimping on detail. I really want to see this track in action. And here we go. This is the dripping, the colors that are dripping. And of course, they're not really dripping. I don't think they are. Please let me know, slot mods, if they are. But you can see that they've dropped some color. And that's a good way, and if you're not into the slot car world, we color our tracks, our lanes. So when you are racing, you know if you're red, blue, yellow, or green. That's an interesting way of showing separate lane colors when you're using an orange track as well. But of course, they're just showing off color here because you've got purple over there. But that's cool. I like how they've done that. That's a really cool touch. Really cool touch. And being an ex-police officer, this one, the donuts, I like that. That's really cool. Really cool. Bird's eye view just shows you how epic this is, some of the detail going to it. I like the board that splits through. So what's really smart about this is as well, yes, it's going to be at I think it's the Mattel Mission Play at the Galleria Mall in Abu Dhabi. This is really good because you're going to get a lot of play functions here. You've got up to, 4, 8, 12 drivers on 3 separate tracks. This is going to see some hours on it. And I love how they've just gone, not 1 track, not 2 track, but they've gone 3 tracks. And that's a really good move by Hot Wheels and of course Slot Mods, who pulled this up epically. That's really, really good. And there he is, the legend himself, the man behind the brand. He is the owner of Slot Mods, a genius, good friend of the channel as well. And I'm proud to see him standing there with the Hot Wheels logo. And I tell you what, it's well deserved. So there you go. That, I believe, is the last photo. It is the last photo and a good way to end. He's holding the Hot Wheels sign itself. We've got Slot Mods Studio Detroit in the background. He should be proud. That is one of my favorite tracks, if I'm honest, that I've ever seen. I think pulling off 3 individual tracks of their own character, theming them to suit the Hot Wheels world. Well done to Slot Mods. I will reach out to the team at Slot Mods to see if we can get some footage of this when it's installed. It'd be great to see this up and running. I dare say they will have some footage on their socials. Please check out Slot Mods' Facebook page and their website. If you are interested in buying a Slot Mods track, reach out to them. Trust me, you'll be very surprised on what these guys can do. And if you boys are watching, please get into making slot cars as well. Those one-off scratch builds, epic. So there you go, 3 epic Hot Wheels builds by Slot Mods. you couldn't have asked for a better team to build such iconic tracks for the brand Hot Wheels, and this is going to help out our hobby immensely. It's going to Abu Dhabi, of course. People go there to holiday. They wouldn't even be thinking about slot cars or slot car tracks, and they're going to see this, and that's going to draw their attention to our hobby to show exactly what can be done within the hobby itself, and it's going to promote the hell out of slot mods, which they full on deserve it. And thank you to Hot Wheels for getting on board with them, because this is like two dreams mashed into one. Hot Wheels and slot mods creates greatness. But as always, at That Slot Car Guide on Instagram, YouTube, and all those great places. If I get any more footage or photos, I will share with you, but I think that's a wrap. Bye!